I'm Ruth, and welcome back to This Is How We Roll. This week we are going to be discussing the technical definition of CP, cerebral palsy, and subcategories within that condition. According to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, cerebral palsy is defined as a disability resulting from damage to the brain before, during, or shortly after birth, and outwardly manifested by muscular incoordinates and speech disturbances. From here on out, I'm going to be using definitions from cerebralpalsy.org. I am only going to be going over the subcategories that affect me personally, but I'm going to put the link to their website in the description so that you can do further research into the disability if you would like to. I wish I could go over all of them, but there's just not enough time because there's so many. So, CP can affect the limbs in multiple different ways, and there's a way to talk about literally every way that CP can affect the limbs. For me personally, I have quadriplegia, quadriparalysis, which means that all four limbs are involved. CP can also affect muscle tone, and it can do this in two ways: spastic CP or non-spastic CP. Spastic cerebral palsy is defined as high muscle tone, so like tense muscles. Non-spastic cerebral palsy is defined as loose muscles, low tone. I happen to have spastic CP. There are also classifications for the severity of the cerebral palsy. There's mild cerebral palsy, which means a child can move without assistance. His or her daily activities are not limited. Moderate cerebral palsy means a child will need braces, medication, and adaptive technology to accomplish daily activities. Severe cerebral palsy means that a child will require a wheelchair and will have significant challenges in accomplishing daily activities. I personally have somewhere between moderate to severe because there are a lot of activities that I can accomplish by myself, but alternately there are also a lot of daily activities that I cannot. Within the condition of CP, there are multiple parts and pieces in which each person with CP may or may not experience. One that I'm going to talk about in particular is athetoid, which means there are involuntary muscles in the legs and arms and hands, but they can really occur anywhere. That's just the main areas. But like I say, there are a million more categories of CP, little parts and pieces, different kinds even. So that's why I'm gonna drop the link in the description. So now I want to take some time to go over things that I do and don't like about looking up conditions. So I am usually against people looking up conditions unless they want to get just a broad general idea of the condition. This is for many reasons. A lot of times people think that every symptom that is within the umbrella of that condition is felt or experienced by everyone with the condition. Also, people have a tendency to believe that symptoms are always full throttle, and they're not. In fact, they're on a scale as to how much a person is affected by that particular symptom or not. Also, symptom severity can vary by the day for sure. Like, for me in particular, I know that when I happen to be menstruating, or if I'm nervous or scared for any reason, my flinchiness is up, and so is my muscle tension. And there are days where I can have a difficult day with my disability and we don't really know why. It's not like I'm nervous and I'm not sick or menstruating, it's just a difficult day. So I always recommend asking the person you're talking to about their condition and how it affects them, because with so many different conditions, it's a sliding scale, and that is definitely true with CP because there are so many things that a person may or may not experience. There's so many different ways that the limbs can be affected or the trunk. There's so many different ways that cognitive ability can be affected. So it's really important to ask the person you're trying to get to know or you're talking to about their condition and how it affects them specifically. So that's all for this week. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, remember we're all different, so just roll with it.